back in the studio now, and we're going to talk with Uvonne Andoh about volunteer hours. So Uvonne, thank you very much for coming on Village in Motion this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And the volunteer hours, you're the volunteer coordinator.
Yes,
and you not only collect the hours, but you do a lot of coordinating of the volunteer programs, is that right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, what are some of the programs that you coordinate?
So right now, the needs, so whatever needs there is, whether it's both on campus for, volunteers needed or off campus, which is with the elementary school, I coordinate that as well. So I put that information out there for volunteers who are available, number one, and who are willing to also participate in giving out their time to volunteer. So currently, there is one volunteer event coming up, which is the Presidential Volunteer Service Awards. So that will be on Thursday, May 7th from 1 to 3 p.m. in the Hunters Center Conference Center. And just to give a little bit background information about the Presidential Service Award, because I know we always hear, the Presidential Service Award, but you might not know what that is. And especially for new residents too, they might be lost. What is that? So just a back, history about the Presidential Service Award. So since 2005, Green Spring community has been recognizing volunteers' effort with their service, not only to Green Spring campus, but also within Greater Springfield as a whole. So given, their time to, communities, organization outside of Green Spring. With the President's Volunteer Service Award, it was created by the President's Council on Service and Civic Participation in 2003. And the goal was a way to just thank and honor Americans who serve their time, who give their time to their community. So Green Spring adopted this, particular event and started this in 2005. And with Green Spring, the awards are given based on, the level of hours that you put in. So for a volunteer who puts in over 500 hours or more, they get the gold award. So it is a pin as well as a certificate that they do get, just to say thank you for, the hard work and, giving and dedicating your time.
And the certificate is signed by the president.
It is. It is. It is. And so for the Silver Award is for volunteers who have 250 to 499 hours. And the last one is the Bronze Award, which is given to volunteers who put in 100 to 249 hours. So based on the hours that you put in for that year is, is equivalent to the type of pin that you will get. And so we continue to, put this event together, just a way to say thank you. Outside of the volunteer week that we do have, we also have the Presidential Service Award, just to say thank you, to all our, volunteers.
And you do this presentation on the 7th of May.
On the 7th of May.
At a function, at an event?
Yes.
Lasts about 2 hours?
Yes, about 2 hours. So
you have refreshments?
A luncheon style, yes.
Oh, it's a lunch too?
So yeah, I know this year is going to be similar to what I did last year, to have, lunch and as well as entertainment for our volunteers. So we want to go above and beyond just to say thank you to all volunteers for their hard work and all that they do.
Well, I've attended most of those programs and I've always enjoyed them.
I'm glad. I'm glad. So my next volunteer opportunity that I have is in Garden Ridge. So on March 17th, which is a Tuesday, from 10 to 11:30, Garden Ridge is having the St. Patrick's Day Parade, where they need volunteers. So I am asking for 2 volunteers. There are 2 volunteers that are needed. So in total, we need 10 volunteers, but I have 8 volunteers.
Already?
Already, 8 volunteers.
Now what do these volunteers do?
So pretty much their role is to assist during the parade with bringing residents to the event of the parade and, distributing goodies to the resident as well.
Who's going to parade?
That's a good question. I believe, so this is being hosted by the activities team. So I believe they're still working on, the event itself.
Okay.
But for the volunteers, I know that their role will be assisting the residents, bringing them to the parade, taking them back.
That will be outdoors or indoors?
It will be indoors.
Indoors,
Indoors,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
And just distributing goodie bags to them. So I need just 2 volunteers to make it 10 to just assist our staff in Garden Ridge.
Will it be over in the Dogwood
Commons.
the big
Yes,
room there?
yes,
Okay.
it will be there. With construction going on, it will have to be on that side, in Dogwood Commons.
So that ought to be a fun thing, but that's primarily for the Garden Ridge residents, or can independent living come over and see?
So
it?
that is for the Garden Ridge residents.
Okay.
I will look into asking if IL residents can come over. I'm sure why not.
Yeah.
The more the better. So I will look into that as well.
Oh, okay.
So if you would like to volunteer for that date, just reach out to me. Either call me, email me, stop by my office.
So you only need 2 more, and the first 2 get it, right?
Yes,
okay.
yes. I only need 2 more. I only need 2 more. My second volunteer opportunity is the Pet Fashion Show / Parade, which is also going to be hosted in Garden Ridge. And the date for that will be Monday, March 23rd. So March 23rd actually is National Puppy Day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is National Puppy Day. So just to do something special for our Garden Ridge residents, because they do not have the opportunity to really, bring their dogs.
But we have that.
We do have the pet
therapy.
Yes, yes, we do have the pet therapy.
And that's been
group
going on for a long time.
for a long time.
Yeah.
I know that they're also going to be involved with this pet parade or fashion show. So I just want to reach out to outside of the pet therapy group. If you have any dogs that you would like to bring over to Garden Ridge for that specific day, again, that will be on Monday, March 23rd at 11 a.m.
Should they have them dressed up, or you just bring the dog?
So dressed up in costumes.
Oh, okay.
And there are some residents who don't, that is okay.
Okay.
As long as you're willing to just bring your dog. And, for residents in Garden Ridge, just to be around dogs, especially those who love dogs, I'm looking for as many volunteers as possible. So there's no limit on that. So as many volunteers as possible.
And that's going to be in the Dogwood Commons?
It's going to be in the Dogwood, Dogwood Commons meeting room, which is the big room.
Yeah.
So that is what I need. So volunteers who have dogs and who would love to come over to Garden Ridge. And with that, if you're interested, you can see me for more details on that as well. And just going into the pet therapy, program that we talked about. If you decide to bring your dog during the pet fashion show and you feel like it's something that you want to consistently do, share your dogs with our Garden Ridge residents, the opportunity is there. We are always looking for volunteers to bring their dogs over.
How many do we have participating in pet therapy?
We have, I believe, 6 active residents. 6 active.
And how often do they come over? Once a week?
They come every Tuesdays at 11 a.m. to Garden Ridge, and they go on different neighborhoods.
So they don't do the whole Garden Ridge, just...
So they do individuals, especially residents who love dogs and who wants them to come into their room. So we do have a list of residents in Garden Ridge who love dogs and who have, showed their interest that, the group should stop by their room. So they tend not to do the entire, because it is big, especially with Dogwood Commons being added onto it. So we just go according to names, and if a resident shows interest, we just add them to the list, and then the group stop by.
Okay, so it's the Garden Ridge resident who has to ask to be on the list.
All family members. I've had family members. Yes, I've had family members who have reached out to me, showing their loved ones' interest of dogs, and if the group can stop by. So not only the resident, but family members and even staff who knows the residents and who have also shown that interest to the staff.
Well, since you only have 6 members, you probably would like to have a few more dogs to come over.
Absolutely.
But they have to be a good temper.
They have to be.
Yeah.
So your dog has to be able to, interact with other dogs and humans as well. And, bringing your dog over to Garden Ridge, you have to make sure that their shots are up to date. That's the only way that you can bring your dogs to Garden Ridge to be part of the group. And then, Kate McCurdy will take you through orientation. I'll also take you through orientation. And then you can just start, sharing your dogs with our Garden Ridge residents.
Well, Uvonne, thank you very much for coming
thank
on Village
you.
in Motion today. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for having me.
I hope we can get some people into the
I
parade.
hope so too.
And get some more dogs into pet therapy.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.